Hello everybody. Today in this session, we'll discuss a new chapter. The chapter title is Market Segmentation and Market Targeting. So in this session, our learning objectives will be we'll understand about the definition of market segmentation. Okay, how define market segmentation, or we'll understand about the concept of market segmentation. Then secondly, we'll discuss market segmentation level, and through this we will understand market segmentation levels. Then we'll also discuss the selection of segmentation variables. In the selection of segmentation variables, we will cover two parts. One part is criteria for segmenting consumer market, and another part is criteria for segmenting organizational market. So here basically we are going to understand how a consumer market and organizational market can be segmented. What are the criteria for segmenting consumer markets, and what are the criteria are available for segmenting organizational market? So this we'll discuss thirdly. Then we'll discuss effective segmentation. Effective segmentation, here we'll discuss how to make a segmentation effective. Then finally we'll discuss target market selection process. How a company or company manager will go through the target market selection process. So these are the area, and basically these are our learning objectives from this session. Based on this, there are two broad concepts we are going to discuss. Based on these learning objectives, number one is market segmentation, and second is target marketing. So these are the two broad area, and other concept will be related to this broad area. So first broad area is market segmentation, then second is target marketing, and all other related all other concepts will be related to this broad area. Now, first we'll go through the definition of market segmentation, or we can say meaning or concept of market segmentation. Now here, basically market segmentation refers to dividing a market into different parts based on some criteria, like based on gender, age, income, occupation, then with similar kinds of needs, wants, preference. Okay, now here it is being mentioned that market segmentation dividing a market into different groups with different needs, wants, and making them homogeneous. Homogeneous means making them similar, but it should be in a similar group. Then dividing large heterogeneous market into small market with similar needs, wants. So what I said earlier, first I said that market segmentation refers to dividing a market into different parts based on some criteria. For example, based on age, gender, occupation, income, market can be segmented. Now, for example, if we take example of the Titan wristwatch, so they are covering the two segment, and that is based on gender, male, female, then transgender. Okay, so these are example of the market segmentation, how marketer can divide the market into different parts with homogeneous needs and wants. Next, we'll go through the levels of market segmentation. Levels of market segmentation or market segmentation levels. Okay, so in the market segmentation, there are four levels of market segmentation. First level is segment marketing. So segment marketing already we have discussed, but here I will repeat it again. Segment marketing basically focusing into a particular segment with homogeneous needs and wants. Say for example, Mercedes car, they do business with the upper class consumers. So like this, if you observe very closely, you will see that some marketer are there, they do business with a particular segment of customers. So segment marketing refers to the marketing where marketer give a focus into a particular segment. Segment means group of customers with a similar taste and preference, habits, choice. Then second level is individual marketing. Individual marketing is the highest level of customization. And through this process, marketer target the individual. And we can say this is business to customer, B2C marketing process. Now, if we talk about the individual marketing more, deeply, like individual person, like architect or dress designer, okay, they do individual marketing. Now, architect, they sell the blueprint of house to their clients. Then individual dress designer, you can take name of any reputed dress designer, okay, fashion designer, that they are doing individual marketing. Then organization also, they through email, through telephone, they are doing direct individual marketing. So individual marketing is basically the highest level of customized marketing where marketer give a tailor-made service to the customers. Now, in this regard, we can take example of the Flipkart, Amazon. They are also involved in the individual marketing process. Then next we'll talk about the niche marketing. Now, niche marketing is basically a marketing system where marketer follow that a portion of the market having profit potentiality are being neglected by other marketers. What I said, that niche market is basically a small part of the market where profit potentiality is there, but this part of the market is neglected by the maximum marketer. So again, here we can take example of the Mercedes car. Okay, Mercedes is doing business with the upper level segment. It's a small part of the market. Then if we take example of the smaller cities, private banks, they are expanding their networks in the small cities. So they are following the niche marketing strategy because in the smaller cities, private banks recently found that profit potentiality is there and that part of the market is neglected by the other bankers. So if we take name, there are some fast movers are there in the private banking sector. They are expanding network in the smaller cities in India. Then last level is local marketing. Local marketing is basically refers to focus on penetrating the local needs, like global companies or the MNCs. They have multinational network, but when they do marketing, they develop the marketing strategy like think global, act local. What I said, think global, act local. Think global, act local means thinking globally but acting locally. So in this system, what happens? Marketer product are successful. If you take example of the KFC, then McDonald's pizza, these are example of the local marketing. Marketers are global, but when a global marketer focusing on different markets, covering different countries. So they need to give the preference of the local need, taste and preference, choice. So that's why there is a buzzword in the local marketing, and that is think global, act local. Thinking globally and acting locally. That means customizing the product according to the customer requirements. So these are the four market segmentation level we have discussed: segment marketing, individual marketing, niche marketing, and local marketing. Next, we will discuss in the selection of market segmentation variables. We will discuss criteria for segmenting consumer market. Here we will discuss that on what criteria marketer can segment the consumer markets. So there are mainly four criteria to segment the consumer market, and these four criteria are geographic segmentation, demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, and behavioral segmentation. Now we'll discuss geographic segmentation. Geographic segmentation basically, related to the geographic location. And under this, marketer divides the market into, nation, regions, state, cities. Now, if we talk about the region, like south, north, western, east, then northeast, like this. Then states, cities, in cities, metro cities, then mini metro cities, smaller cities. Okay, now when a company are doing business in different countries, so they do segmentation based on the nation also, because a nation having similar kind of taste, preference, habit, likeliness. So based on this, they need to do the segmentation. Then region, if we see region basis also, like if we consider India, northeast, in northeast, the fooding habits, then listening habits, wearing habits are different. Okay, then if we talk about the South India, so there are also different kinds of taste and preference needs are there. So marketer need to segment on the basis of this. Even marketer may consider metro cities, cities, village. Next, demographic segmentation. In the demographic segmentation, we'll discuss how, based on the demographic segmentation, marketer can segment the consumer market. Now, demographic is basically a study of the study area of sociology, which covers the human population characteristics like age, gender, family size, family life cycle, income, race, occupation, education, religion, then generation, nationality, like these things. Now, if we talk about the consumer market, based on the age, marketer can segment the consumer market. Like earlier also we have discussed in the chapter understanding consumer buying behavior, we have discussed consumer groups. Consumer group, there we have discussed based on the age, like infant is a consumer group, children's is a consumer group, then young adult is a consumer group, then adult is a consumer group, senior citizen is a consumer group. Now, if we talk about the infant, they have their different kind of requirements, and for them, like different companies are there. If you look into the infant segment, this is also one example of the segment marketing. So, and this is being done on the basis of age. Now, there are different companies are serving the infant, needs, wants. Then children's, like children's requires books, then a school dress, then paper, pencil, entertainment like cartoon, then toys, then chocolate. So companies are there to serve this requirement. Then gender, based on the gender also consumer market can be segment, and companies are there who is doing the like if we talk about the Gillette razor, so they are fulfilling the requirement of the male. Then family size, based on the family size also consumer market can be segmented. Family size like nuclear family, joint family, extended family. Then family life cycle. In the family life cycle, there are different life cycle stage are there, like bachelor, then honeymooners. Then bachelors, honeymooners means newly married couple. Then a couple without children, couple with dependent children. So these are few life cycle stage, and every person goes through this stage. So in this different stage, consumer requirement are different, and based on this also company can segment the consumer market. Then based on the income, companies are segmenting. Like if we talk about the two-wheelers, Splendor, Splendor is targeting the common man, like a regular office going person. Then if we talk about the Royal Enfield or Bajaj Pulsar, okay, so these are basically signifying the income. Then if we talk about the occupation, education, religion, based on the religion, there are different television channels, satellite television channels are available. Then based on occupation also market can be segmented. So these are some bases or variables through which marketer can segment the consumer markets, and these are related to the demographic characteristics of the consumer. Then next we'll discuss psychographic segmentation. Now here psychographic segmentation basically deals with the psychology of the consumer. Now the psychological mind mapping of consumer play a very vital role in their purchase decision. So based on this also marketer can segment the consumer market. Now here we can consider motivation, personality, then learning, lifestyle, values of a person or consumers, and based on these also consumer market can be segmented. Like if I say motivation, motivation, so based on motivation also consumer market can be segmented. Now based on motivation, motivation is a process through which person inner urge or desire direct a person towards a particular goal achievement. Like if a person is hungry, person will look for food. Okay, when person will look for food, the person may have choice or alternatives of different food items. Okay, he may visit restaurant, hotels. Okay, so like this is one psychographic segmentation variables through which also marketer can segment the consumer market based on the customer requirements. Now if we talk about the hotel and restaurant owners, you will see they design the customer marketing strategy in such a manner so that they can attract the customers. Then in short, if we talk about the lifestyle of a person also is a significant psychographic variable through which marketer can segment the consumer market. Now if I take one example, like one student coming to the university with riding Royal Enfield bike, wearing Levi's jeans, then having Parker pen with ITC notebook. So this basically signify the student lifestyle. Okay, so psychological mind setup is there. Same with the personality, value of a person. Based on this also, marketer can segment the consumer market. Next is behavioral segmentation. In segmenting consumer market, a person behavior also play very vital role. Behavior of the person play very vital role. Now, in the behavioral segmentation, we'll discuss segmentation variables like occasions, benefits, users rate, loyalty status, then buyer readiness stage, and finally attitude. Now, occasion, you will see that a consumer observe different occasions. So in the occasions also, like in the festive season, we purchase different products. Then if we want to give a gift, like a gift for a particular occasion like birthday or marriage anniversary. Okay, so based on the occasion also marketer can segment the consumer market, like greeting cards, e-greeting card. Okay, so for a particular occasion. Then benefit, based on the benefit of the product, market can be segmented. Benefit of the product, like what benefits customer gives, what benefits products gives to the customer. Based on this also, market can be segmented. Then users rate. Users rate, in the users rate, you know, there are different category of users, like heavy user, frequent user, light user, rare user, occasional user. So these are you know almost similar type of, but based on these also marketer can segment the consumer market. Marketer can influence customers to use product very frequently or for the repeat purchase of the product. If customer do repeat purchase, their users rate will be increasing. Then loyalty status. Loyalty basically refers to the loyalty of a customer towards a particular product. Now, when customer becomes loyal, if a customer after purchasing the product, customers are satisfied with the product performance, then customer may do the repeat purchase. Then customer will do the positive word of mouth promotion to the others. Others means friends, relatives, colleagues in the neighborhood. Customer may do positive word of mouth promotion for that product. So this customer we may recognize as a loyal customer to the company, because they believe and trust the company's product, and company can recognize them as a loyal customer. So loyalty basically means having trust or having belief. Okay, so based on the loyalty status also, consumer market can be segmented. Like if I say how many customers are using the product several times or repeat purchase, how many customers are repeatedly purchasing the product, so that will signify the loyalty status. Okay, so now if company's customer retention rate is healthy, that means the loyalty status are also healthy. So based on this also marketer can develop strategy. Then attitude basically the belief which basically a customer develop from the observation or from the learning about a product or service. Now, based on this also, marketer can segment the consumer market. Next, we discuss criteria for segmenting organizational market. Now, in the criteria for segmenting organizational market, there are five criteria to segment the consumer market. But regarding the criteria for segmenting organizational market, Bonoma and the Shapiro have given some criteria through which organizational market can be segmented. Now, according to them, there are bases like demographic segmentation, operating variables, purchasing approach, situational factors, personal characteristics. These are the some criteria based on this organizational market can be segmented. See, organizational market is totally different from the consumer market. Now, the literature regarding the criteria for segmenting organizational market recommended by Bonoma and Shapiro will discuss. And here, as I said, there are mainly five base or five criteria to segment the organizational market. Now, here first criteria is demographic segmentation. If we talk about the demographic segmentation, this will be different from the consumer market, because here we are talking about the organization or company or firms. So here demographic for a firm or company will be industry, company size, then location of the company. Now, industry basically refers to the farms where similar kind of product are being produced. For example, insurance industry. If I say insurance industry, that means there will be some insurance companies are doing business. If I say automobile sector or automobile industry, so in the automobile industry, there will be some automobile companies. It may be two-wheeler, it may be four-wheeler. Okay, but if I say specifically two-wheeler industry, so two-wheeler industry means the two-wheeler manufacturers, two-wheeler producers. Okay, so based on this industry, organizational market can be segmented. That means marketer can target companies based on the industry. Based on the industry the company are in. Then company size. It may be small, medium, large. So small company will target small suppliers or small customers. Now, for example, like if a small company producing chemicals, so they will supply chemical to a small company. Why? Because if they try to supply chemical to a big company, they may not fulfill the requirement of the big company or large company. So this is one area you need to understand, that how the marketer think about the segmentation of the organizational market based on the company size. Then location of the company. Like in the organizational market, one organization purchase products or avail service from a different company, from another organization. So if the location of the organization is nearby, then their company can save a lot of things like time can be saved, then transportation cost can be saved, then additional other things also. So when marketer will think to purchase product or service from another organization, so location become a very vital factor. So based on the location also, organizational market can be segmented. Then operating variables. In the operating variables, we will do the study of the variables like technology, then product and brand use status, customer capabilities. Now, if we talk about the technology play vital role in the company's growth. Now, there are two types of company: capital intensive, technique oriented organization, labor intensive, technique oriented organization. Now, in the capital intensive technique oriented organization, what happens? Company adopt a automated process. Automated process means everything will be through technology. Like Japanese car companies, Japanese car manufacturing companies, they are, production process is automated, so they need less labor because they are technology focused. Then on the other side, companies following labor intensive technique, they will be labor focused. So here you need to understand technology as operating variables are the base for segmenting the organizational market. Then product and brand use status. Now, like based on the product and brand use status, organizational market can be segmented. Then based on the customer capabilities of the customer, like here we have customer means organization. So organization capability also a base for segmenting the organizational market. Then next we'll talk about the purchasing approach. In the purchasing approach, we'll go through the purchasing function, then power structure, relationship of buyer and seller, then purchasing policy of the organization. Now here first we'll talk about the purchasing function. Now in different companies follow different purchasing function, and their purchasing function will guide their purchasing decision. So when companies are segmenting the organizational market, they need to understand the purchasing approach and function of their client. Of their client means of the organization where they want to sell the product. Then power structure basically related to the financial analysis, like if we talk about the big companies, they are financial capability, financial analysis with regards to the product purchase is more than the medium and small companies. So the marketer need to understand the financial capabilities of the client, and they need to do the analysis of that also. The next is relationship between the buyer and seller. Now the purchasing approach depends on the relationship between the buyer and seller. Buyer and seller means there will be two organizations, one will be buyer, another will be seller. So what kind of approach they will have, that will be totally based on the relationship of the person handling the buying and selling process, and based on this also organizational market can be segmented. Then purchasing policy, finally the purchasing policy of the company, based on this also organizational market can be segmented. Purchasing policy means the policy company is following with regards to the purchase of the product or service. Then situational factors. Here few variables are like urgency, then specific application, then size of order. Urgency of the order, like based on the urgency, importance. Okay, organization and market can be segmented, because organization being a supplier, they may have large number of orders in the pipeline, but they need to understand which is the important to deliver. So they will do the routing scheduling accordingly, and based on this they will do the supply activity, and based on this also organization and market can be segmented. Then another is specific application. Specific application like a bank want to do the complete automation. They want to transfer themselves from the manual system to computerization system. So their computer application is necessary. Then adoption of ATM technology by different banks. So based on this also consumer market can be segmented. Like ATM manufacturing companies, they can target the banks. How ATM came into existence and how it flourished, all of you have seen. But the different ATM companies have targeted the different banks. So this is basically how they are segmenting the organization market, and they are targeting and selling the ATM machines to different banks. Then size of the order, based on the size of the order also organization market can be segmented. Size of the order means it can be small, medium size and large size. So based on this also organization market can be segmented. Then last one is personal characteristics. Personal characteristics here basically in the organization, purchase department is represented by the employee who is having the expertise in the purchasing, or they are engaged in the procurement department. Now their personal characteristics, their level of expertise, their thinking, attitude, then risk taking ability, their loyalty, their approach with the seller or buyer play a very vital role in segmenting the organization and market. Next, we will go through the effective market segmentation. Now, how marketer can make market segmentation effective? So there are some requirements for effective segmentation, and these requirements are like to make a segmentation effective. It should be measurable, it should be accessible, it should be substantial, it should be differentiable, and it should be actionable. These are the some criteria through which marketer can make market segmentation more and more effective and efficient. Now we'll discuss this in detail. Now this is basically the summary of the effective segmentation. Now if we talk about the measurable like in terms of size, purchasing power, and profit of the segment should be measurable by the marketer. Otherwise it will not be an effective segmentation, or segmentation may fail in the long run. Now see, segmentation, like if we say about the segmentation, that is dividing market into different parts. Okay, so different parts means the size. So if the size is not measurable or reachable by the marketer, then that segmentation will be failure. So in terms of size, purchasing power, then profile, it should be measurable by the company. Customer profile, identification, it's very important. Like profile means customer, those who will use the product, their profile should be measurable by the marketer. Otherwise the segmentation will not be effective. Then secondly, it should be accessible means the segmentation, whatever marketer is doing, that should be accessible by the marketer as well as by the consumer. Now, to make the market segmentation effective, marketer will do a lot of promotion, advertising through different television channels, newspapers, signboard, hoardings. Okay, so marketer will try to reach to the customer. Same way, customer also should be able to access the marketer's product. Otherwise, the segmentation will not be effective. Then, substantial, like if in a market segmentation there is a lack of qualified customers or lack of customers, then the segmentation will not be effective. That's why it should be substantial, means having sufficient number of customers. That is mentioned, large and profitable enough to serve. Segmentation should be large and profitable enough to serve. That means having sufficient number of customers who may use the company's product. Otherwise, it will not be effective. Then differentiable. Segmentation should be different. Okay, for every segment, marketers should respond differently. Now, if we take an example of the Hindustan Unilever, you will see they have different soap brand targeting to different segment. Like Dove belong to Hindustan Unilever, Lux belong to Hindustan Unilever. Then they have other soap brand also. So if you closely observe all kinds of products and brands you purchase daily basis, and if you just notice, you can learn from your observation also. So the segmentation should be differentiable and it should be unique. Otherwise, it should be a failure. Then actionable. The segmentation which marketer is targeting, it should be enough to make it actionable, so that marketer can develop effective programs and can promote the product. If marketer is not able to take action for that particular segment, then it will be a failure. It will not be effective. So to make it effective, marketer need to execute the effective programs. So these are the some criteria through which marketer can make the market segmentation effective. Now the target market selection process. In the target market selection process, we will go through some steps, and through this, any marketer can select the target market. Now to understand the target market selection process, we will cover some steps, and through these steps you will see how a marketer can select a target market. Now first steps is evaluating the market segment. Evaluating the market segment means justifying the market segment which the marketer are trying to target. Then next is selecting the market segment. After proper evaluation, after doing short analysis, spaced analysis with that particular market segment, marketer need to select the market segment. Now when marketer will try to select the market segment, marketer can go through the different types of market segment or different types of market segmentation strategy. So these market segmentation strategies are like single segment strategy or single segment concentration strategy. Single segment concentration strategy means marketer may carry the business with a particular segment only. Particular segment, like if I say Mercedes car are doing business with the upper class. Then Gillette, they are specialized in the shaving product. Then next is selective specialization strategy. Now in the selective specialization, marketer can select few similar types of segment, and they can do business with that particular selective segments. Like one example I am giving here, Living Media India Limited, and that is also known as India Today Group. Now India Today Group, they have a business like they have a business in magazines, newspapers, then television, then internet, then printing. So these are all same kind, similar segment. Now for that, they have a television channel like Aaj India Today television channel in English, Aaj in Hindi. Then they have Music Today for music. They have Business Today magazine. So this kind of strategy is known as selective specialization strategy. So through this, Living Media India Limited have selected some segment of same kind, and they are serving the customer into that particular segment. So this is their target market selection process. Then product specialization. Now in the product specialization, marketer can specialize to the particular product. Just now I have taken example of the Gillette razor. So having specialization in the shaving products. So this is one example of the product specialization. But in the product specialization, there is a big disadvantage, because if the competitors come up with a breakthrough technology, then the marketer may lose the business. For that, we can take example of the earlier Nokia. So Nokia, when they failed miserably, their Nokia example is also a product specialization strategy they used to follow. So here we can use the example of the Nokia also, but Nokia failed when the Android technology with affordable pricing were being introduced by a company like Samsung, then other with other companies having dual SIM facility. So that time Nokia have lost the market share. So that can happen with any product specialized company. Then market specialization. Market specialization, specializing with a particular market. For example, ordnance factory. Ordnance factory in India, they fulfill the requirement of the defense industry in India. Then another example of different universities. Different university catering the need of the students. Then full market coverage. Full market coverage, covering the full market in a particular segment. For example, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, they are covering the full market into the cold drink segment with different kinds of flavor, taste, price range, size. Then in the target market selection process, marketer need to consider other things also, and their marketer need to consider like ethical choice of the market targets. Ethical choice of the market target means whatever the market target are done by marketers, that is ethically correct or not. Okay, ethical justification of the market segmentation. Now, how it cannot be ethically correct? Like if a marketer promote the high fat foods for the children's, so this is not ethically correct. Then lotteries, then cheap liquors promoting to the poor people, it is also not correct. So poor people is a segment. So if any marketer promotes lottery, or cheap liquor to that particular segment, so it is not ethically correct. So in the market segmentation selection process or target market selection process, marketer need to consider the ethics also, ethical aspect of the market targets. Then segment interrelationship and super segment. Segment interrelationship and super segment is basically a things which the marketer need to consider. Now, segment interrelationship, if a marketer doing business with different segments, so they need to develop a effective and efficient interrelationship, and through this they can develop a super segment. Now, if we take example of the hypermarket in India or anywhere, hypermarket, what they are doing, they are selling, all kinds of goods, starting with the menswear, women's wear, kids wear, then home appliance, then vegetable even. So these are menswear. It's a segment. So gradually segment, they are covering the different segment, and they are creating a super segment. And every hypermarket is doing business nowadays with a super segment. Then if we take example of the Flipkart, Amazon, they are also catering almost all kinds of needs of the customers. So they also created a super segment. Now in this process, the marketer need to consider the segment interrelationship to bring effectiveness in the market target selection process. Then segment by segment invention plan. Segment by segment invention plan, this is also one strategy which marketer applies. Means covering one segment, then entering into another, or focusing into a particular segment. Say for example, there are some organized retailer like Reliance Trend. Reliance Trend, they are only focusing on the apparel segment. Then if we say Cotton County, they are only focusing on the apparel segment. Okay, so this is one particular segment they are focusing. Now from there they can go to other segment also. Now another good example is shampoo brand. Shampoo brand, one shampoo brand may say that their shampoo is, if customer use their shampoo, hair will be shiny. Or another may say silky. Okay, and another may say that anti-dandruff. So that you may observe when you purchase shampoo. So this is basically segment by segment invention plans. Now after this, if a shampoo producer says that if customer use their shampoo, hair will be shiny, silky, and it will be dandruff free, then it's a super segment. Then inter-segment cooperation. Now this is also one important aspect which the marketing managers need to consider, the inter-segment relationship or cooperation. Like as I said, Hindustan Unilever, they have lots of soap brands like Liril, then Lux, Dove, then they are having more soap brands. So company is maintaining a inter-segment cooperation to make all the soap brand successful. So these things basically, when a new marketer develop target market selection process, these things in general marketer need to consider very seriously, or any marketing manager need to consider very seriously. Now chapter summary. Now from in this session, from this chapter, we have covered the concept of market segmentation, then market segmentation levels, criteria for segmenting consumer market, criteria for segmenting organizational market, then effective segmentation, and finally we have discussed target market selection process. Now based on this, I will just address some question, and the answer of these questions already we have discussed. So the question is like, what do you understand by market segmentation? Give example. Then second question is, what are the different levels of market segmentation, or discuss the market segmentation levels with example. Then discuss the criteria for segmenting consumer market, or discuss the criteria for segmenting organizational market. Discuss the criteria for segmenting organizational market. Another question may be there. Critically examine the criteria for segmenting consumer market and organizational market with suitable example. Then on effective segmentation, how to make market segmentation effective by a marketing manager. Discuss the different steps involved in the target market selection process. I repeat the question. Discuss the different stage or steps involved in the target market selection process. So these are the some questions which answer already we have discussed throughout the today's session.